Hanju saw endless evil devils following behind the ultimate evil chaotic devil. Among them was a familiar figure. Strange deity. This strange fellow from the evils had been growing over the years. Previously, he had even fought with Han Huang. It looked like he was doing well now that he was mixed in with the evil devils. He could use the strange deity to monitor the ultimate evil chaotic devil. Hanju and the strange deity's soul had long fused into one. The stronger he was, the stronger the strange deity was. On the contrary, it was impossible for the strange deity to surpass him. This was also the reason why he dared to let the strange deity go. With him around, nothing would happen to the strange deity. Hanju immediately sent a dream to the strange deity. The dream was a Taoist temple. The strange deity was stunned and he saw him. He hurriedly came over and nodded without his usual sinister aura. Hanju said, "Why are you hanging out with the evil devils?" The strange deity was originally invisible to any existence. It was like an inauspicious evil that couldn't be spied on, but it had attack power. Hanju was not used to it now that the strange deity had revealed its body. He was not as cute as before. "I want to eat them. I feel that they are very strong." The strange deity chuckled. Hanju reminded, "Be careful. The existence behind them is not simple." The strange deity came up to massage Hanju's shoulders and smiled fawningly. "Then if something happens, you have to help me, Master." "I can't help you." "That's fine. At most, I'll die. In any case, you can revive me. Furthermore, it can be considered a contribution to the chaos if I succeed." The strange deity smiled shamelessly. He was indeed not as cute as before. What had this fellow absorbed? Why was he so glib? The strange deity continued to flatter Hanju and fawn on him. Ever since he came out, this was the first time Hanju visited him in his dreams. This made him very excited. After a long while, Hanju instructed him and ended the dream after the strange deity finished speaking. He even dares to devour the 9th chaos mental demon. This fellow is really bold. Hanju was suddenly interested in the inauspicious evil. It was even to the extent that the inauspicious evil actually had the same goal as the current evil devils who ran rampant in the chaos. However, the inauspicious evil used the souls of living beings as the evolution process, and the evil devils were directly born. Hanju looked at the blank domain next. The purity great Tao world of the yin-yang purity nirvana deity was getting closer and closer to the chaos. This Tao creator was very strong, and so was his great Tao world. Their arrival would definitely change the situation in the chaos. Hanju started to check his emails. He was mainly paying attention to Su Qi. "Your disciple Su Qi was attacked by a transcendent cultivator, X192098. Your disciple Su Qi spread bad luck, causing a lineage to collapse. Your son Han Huang encountered your good friend Huang Zuantian in a dream. His soul was damaged. Your enemy, the 9th chaos, expelled his mental demon and created a clone. His Providence has decreased greatly. Your disciple Su Qi spread bad luck, causing the 3000 Great Tao in the transcendent world to be damaged. Your good friend Huang Zuantian has been deprived of the Great Tao Providence divine authority. His soul has been damaged. Your good friend Chaotic Consciousness was attacked by a transcendent existence. Your good friend's strange deity devoured the chaotic evil devils and his cultivation level increased. Su Qi's bad luck was as impressive as ever. His cultivation level had been increasing after so many years. He was already a great Tao Supreme. It was not difficult to understand why he could shake the 3000 Great Tao. However, The ninth chaos had actually created a clone of his mental demon. This was a way. Some Tao creators even fought. It was unknown who was bullying the chaotic consciousness. Hanju concluded after reading the emails. Although there were endless storms and changes, his cultivation was not affected. He was about to close his eyes and cultivate when he suddenly felt something and disappeared from the Tao field. He came to the mysterious space where the Tao creators met. The chaotic consciousness, the formless transcendent deity, and the immeasurable destruction venerable were all here. Could it be that the one who attacked the chaotic consciousness was the mysterious yin-yang purity nirvana deity? Something bad has happened. He was indeed cursed by the dark forbidden lord to develop mental demons. He expelled the mental demons. Now, the mental demons are being nurtured. This will be a disaster, the chaotic consciousness said in a low voice. The formless transcendent deity asked in surprise, what about him? Why didn't he restrain him? The chaotic consciousness said, this time, consumed too much. He will fall into a deep sleep. That mental demon is also being nurtured. He entrusted us with it. During his sleep, if the mental demon awakens, we have to stop him. The immeasurable destruction venerable said in a low voice, how's the mental demons? Strength? To be able to make him fall asleep, I'm afraid. So, we have to work together. Hanju didn't speak and just listened quietly. Can I insta-kill the ninth chaos mental demon? 50 quadrillion years of lifespan will be deducted. Do you want to continue? Almost half of his main body's value. Continue. No! Hanju's heart sank. Then, can the mental demon kill me? No! That was good. Hanju relaxed again. With this value, even all these Tao creators. I keep feeling that something is wrong, the formless transcendent deity suddenly said. The chaotic consciousness and the immeasurable destruction venerable were silent. Hanju also felt that something was wrong. How powerful was the ninth chaos? How could it be forced to such a state by a mental demon? Could it be? The chaotic consciousness said faintly, he has his own righteousness. The rules he set for himself helped us, but they also made him fall into a dilemma now. Only this method can resolve his problem. Hanju understood what he meant. Although the ninth chaos was invincible, it liked to be reasonable and never bullied the juniors. This was also the reason why they could rise. From this, it could be seen that the ninth chaos had righteousness and principles. Now that the ninth chaos was threatened by the dark forbidden lord, he felt uneasy. He wanted to eliminate the trouble, but he did not know who the other party was. If it was anyone else in his position, they would definitely rather kill everyone by mistake than let them go. The ninth chaos did not want this to happen. There's no other way. We can only prepare to deal with it. This might be our calamity. We have to tell the yin-yang purity nirvana deity about this. We have to be united. The immeasurable destruction venerable said coldly. Since they could not escape, why guess? They had to face it. Then where is the mental demon? Hanju suddenly asked. The chaotic consciousness said, it's the ultimate evil chaotic devil that wreaks havoc. In the chaos, the ultimate evil chaotic devil is only a shell. The true mental demon is still being nurtured. What will happen if we kill him directly? When the mental demon is shattered, his power will impact the chaos and everything. It's equivalent to us facing a full-powered attack from his main body. The chaotic consciousness's words were filled with helplessness. In that case, we can't touch this mental demon? Hanju frowned and asked. The chaotic consciousness said, it's just that we can't touch him before he awakens. When he awakens and lures him into the blank domain, we'll join forces to suppress him. Before that, what we have to do is to use the power of all living beings to restrict the mental demon. We'll prepare a method to suppress or seal him. It's impossible to kill him. The formless transcendent deity and the immeasurable destruction venerable nodded in agreement. Hanju had no objections. The four Tao creators agreed immediately. They left after the discussion ended. Hanju thought of primordial origin and Huang Zuntian again after returning to the Taoist temple of the third Tao field. He didn't know for how long primordial origin would hide. Wow! The ultimate evil chaotic devil, primordial origin, and the various Tao creators. Hanju looked at the 9 divine stars. He didn't know if these little fellows could grow up before the great Tao immeasurable calamity ended. Perhaps their time to shine belonged to the next era. Thinking of this, Hanju closed his eyes and continued cultivating. The 9th chaos already had the intention to kill the other Tao creators. What he wanted to do was to break through as soon as possible. The 9th chaos should only be at the perfected Tao creator realm. As long as Hanju reached this realm, it should be very easy to control the 9th chaos. This was Hanju's cultivation philosophy. It was deeply rooted. Transcendent Great Tao World, Creation. Emperor Court, Heavenly Hall. Hanling sat on the Emperor's throne. Tens of thousands of leaders of the court gathered in the hall. The closer they were to Hanling, the stronger their cultivation. Han Yi, Han Yao, and Han Bahen stood at the front. They were already great Tao supremes and had proved themselves in tens of millions of years of battle. A sage-like old man in a Taoist robe cupped his hands and said, Your Majesty, the ultimate evil chaotic devil that appeared in the chaos can control all the evil devils, including those who transcend the great Tao world. Perhaps the ultimate evil chaotic devil can't threaten us yet, but they have already fused with the chaos. Their claws will reach the creation emperor court sooner or later. Han Yi smiled. Then what should we do? Help the chaos eliminate the devils? We can't even eliminate the transcendent evil devils. His words were echoed by the divine generals. The creation emperor court was divided into 2 factions, civil and military. The civil faction was in charge of plotting and managing the court's subordinate forces. The military faction was in charge of fighting. It was very similar to the structure of a mortal empire. The hall fell into an argument about the ultimate evil chaotic devil. The chaos stirred up waves of devil suppression operations, but as the overlord factions returned in failure, the ferocious reputation of the ultimate evil chaotic devil began to spread. Why didn't Zhao Shuangquan of the 9 extremes orthodoxy find trouble with the ultimate evil chaotic devil? Han Ling suddenly asked. Her words attracted the attention of all the emperor immortals in the hall. They were enlightened. Yes, why didn't Zhao Shuangquan do anything to the evil devils? Zhao Shuangquan was said to want to unify the chaos. Why didn't he make a move since the chaos was in trouble? Zhao Shuangquan had been famous for a long time and was arrogant. He was not inferior to Han Huang and was naturally not afraid of battle. Could it be? Han Yao asked, is this a conspiracy of the chaos? Han Bahen said in a low voice, very likely. Otherwise, why would the ultimate evil chaotic devil appear in the chaos and not other great Tao worlds? This is the most difficult path for his development, at least on the surface. The literature immortals also changed sides and felt that it was not suitable to reinforce the chaos. Han Ling said, let's not care about the matter. of the ultimate evil and chaotic devils for the time being. The waters of the chaos are very deep. Just these evil devils are not enough to overturn the chaos. The Creation Emperor Court's goal is still to consolidate its existing domain. The creation array has to be set up as soon as possible. It concerns the advancement and retreat of the Creation Emperor Court in the great Tao immeasurable calamity. Tens of thousands of Emperor Immortals. Agreed. Han Ling's words were absolute in the Creation Emperor Court. No one underestimated her because she was a woman. Every Emperor Immortal had fought Han Ling before. The difference in strength was too great. Just like that, the Creation Emperor Court gave up helping the chaos. It wasn't only the Creation Emperor Court. The other major factions of the Great Tao world were the same. The situation in the chaos had, in the depths of the chaos, in the 9 extremes orthodoxy, countless Tao fields that emitted light were like stars gathering in the sky, decorating this void. Living beings of all races came and went, prosperous and vast. In a palace, Zhao Shuangquan sat in midair. 3 beams of light circled around him. They were the great Tao Providence divine authority, symbolizing the power of the supreme rules. The 9-headed divine spirit looked up at him, grasped the supreme rules so easily, as if they were born for him. The 9-headed divine spirit had mixed emotions. He had always treated himself as the 9th chaos son, but now he began to suspect. However, he had no choice. He had failed before. Now, he could only follow the 9th chaos instructions to help Zhao Shuangquan. It had to be said that Zhao Shuangquan's potential was indeed great. Other than the power of Father in his body, there was another powerful force. The 9-headed divine spirit suddenly thought of Yu Yuan. Yu Yuan and Zhao Shuangquan were too similar. They were both taken care of by his father. The difference was that Yu Yuan was born too late. When Yu Yuan grew up and joined forces with Zhao Shuangquan, he would definitely be able to dominate the great Tao immeasurable calamity. The 9-headed divine spirit began to look. The current him had already lost control of the chaos. He hated the other great Tao worlds and great Tao divine spirits. Zhao Shuangquan's voice sounded, "I still need more great Tao Providence divine authority. Help me find it." The 9-headed divine spirit's face twitched. "All right." With that, he turned around and left. Zhao Shuangquan opened his eyes and watched him disappear. "Ninth brother, is this the chaos? You did well. The rest is up to me," Zhao Shuangquan muttered to himself, his tone filled with absolute confidence. More than 8 million years later, Hanju was still in seclusion when he was suddenly awakened by a loud sound. Boom! This loud sound was loud and piercing, shaking the soul. The 9 divine stars and Shawnee were also shocked and couldn't help but look around. Which direction is it? Someone is fighting in the chaos again? Look, it's Zhao Shuangquan and the ultimate evil chaotic devil. He finally made a move. I thought he was afraid. He wants to unite the chaos, so he naturally has to carry the banner of protecting it. Hanju's gaze locked in a direction. Zhao Shuangquan was fighting the ultimate evil chaotic devil. He was secretly surprised. Zhao Shuangquan had the power of 2 Tao creators and 4 great Tao Providence divine authority powers. Most importantly, why did he want to fight the ultimate evil chaotic devil? Have already awakened the 8th chaos. Memories. Interesting. Could Zhao Shuangquan kill the ultimate evil chaotic devil? Could it be that Zhao Shuangquan wanted to? Zhao Shuangquan was even stronger than when he fought Han Ling. His aura was almost invincible, far exceeding a great Tao Supreme. Half-step Tao Creator. Hanju thought of a powerful enemy from before who thought that he had reached the level of a Tao Creator, which was Zhao Shuangquan's current level. The ultimate evil chaotic devil was also very strong. He summoned an endless stream of evil devils to besiege the 9 extremes orthodoxy while he fought Zhao Shuangquan alone. Hanju saw the strange deity. He mixed among the evil devils and stabbed them in the back. While the evil devils were fighting, he devoured one from time to time. The chaotic war was too vast. All sorts of mystical powers destroyed the world. No one discovered the strange deity's actions. This fellow... How sinister! Hanju felt disdain and suddenly regretted it. Perhaps he shouldn't have let him out all those years ago. He had to throw him into the ultimate origin heavenly prison when he returned to prevent from being stabbed in the back in the future. Soon, Hanju discovered that Zhao Shuangquan really wanted to kill the ultimate evil chaotic devil. Why did he still want to kill the ultimate evil chaotic devil after awakening the 8th chaos memories? Hanju suddenly realized something. The ultimate evil chaotic devil's appearance might not be to deal with the Tao creators, but to help the 8th chaos. With Zhao Shuangquan's potential, it would really take too long for him to grow into a Tao creator. The endless era might have already passed by then. Before the 9th chaos created the chaos, the strongest cultivation of the first 8 chaos had never reached the Tao creator realm. Therefore, the 9th chaos gave ordinary cultivation to the mental demon. It looked helpless and even dealt with other Tao creators, but it was actually to nurture Zhao Shuangquan? Is what I'm thinking true? 50 quadrillion years of lifespan will be deducted. Do you want to continue? Continue. Yes. As expected. Hanju looked at Zhao Shuangquan coldly. This fellow was a junior of the Heavenly Tao and he had a favorable impression of him previously. However, it would not be good if the 8th chaos became a Tao creator. Previously, he had calculated that after 9 chaos revived, they would attack the other Tao creators. They believed that they were the ones who ruled everything and did not allow other existences to be on the same level as them. Unfortunately, the 9th chaos didn't know that Hanju was about to catch up to him. Hanju didn't have to do anything. He just had to seize the opportunity and break through. Then, he closed his eyes and resumed his seclusion cycle. Shawnee hurriedly left the Taoist temple with the 9 divine stars upon seeing that he continued cultivating. They discussed with the disciples of the Tao field outside excitedly. They were just short of eating melon seeds. This battle continued one after another. Zhao Shuangquan and the ultimate evil chaotic devil would erupt every time they were at a disadvantage. Hanju would definitely feel tired if he was watching the battle. However, the 9 divine stars were watching with relish, causing their mood to fluctuate. The battle ended 1,000,000 years later. Time passed. On the other side, inside the Taoist temple, detected that you are 200 million years old, and your life has taken another step forward. You have the following choices. 1. Exit seclusion immediately and kill all the other Tao creators. You can obtain a great Tao fragment, a primordial fragment, a creation spirit stone, and an ultimate origin spirit stone. The system function. Hanju's eyes lit up. A chance to upgrade the Tao field. Something good finally came out after he waited for 100 million years. Hanju almost forgot that the Tao field could be upgraded. It seemed that his recent cultivation had been fruitful. He immediately chose the second option, and a new notification appeared in front of him. You chose to cultivate in a low-profile manner and maintain your original intention. You obtained a great Tao fragment, a primordial Fragment, a creation spirit stone, an ultimate origin spirit stone, and a chance to upgrade the Dao field. The main Dao field has begun to upgrade. The second Dao field has begun to upgrade. The third Dao field has begun to upgrade. His Dao companions. After a long while, the 9 divine stars and Shani woke up one. Even if a great Dao sage was not top-notch in the chaos, they would be soon. Shani smiled and said, "You can test his power when the progenitor opens the simulation trial to you in the future." A descendant asked curiously, "What's the simulation trial?" Shani briefly introduced it to them. The 9 divine stars became excited and wished they could immediately open the simulation trial. The 9 divine stars looked at Hanju with burning eyes when he returned. Hanju saw through their thoughts and immediately opened the simulation trial to them. Soon, the 9 divine stars immersed themselves in the simulation trial. Hanju paid attention and discovered that these guys all challenged him first, courting death. Hanju teased them in his heart. He did not interfere. Instead, he returned to the Lotus Throne and started checking his emails. The emails were not much different from the past, but Hanju read them very slowly. He was waiting for the Dao field to be successfully upgraded. The formless transcendent deity sent you a dream. Do you accept? Hanju hesitated for a moment before choosing to accept it. The dream was a blank domain. Hanju's feelings regarding the formless transcendent deity were still very subtle. After all, this was the evil heavenly emperor's backing. Fellow Taoist Han, may I ask if you are confident in dealing with the chaos? The formless transcendent deity went straight to the point. The chaos he was talking about was naturally the 9th chaos. What's the 9th chaos? Hanju asked in surprise. The formless transcendent deity explained. Just like the 9 great chaos that Hanju knew, he didn't even know as much as him. There are 8 brothers in the chaos. If the chaos revives them, they will purge us. The so-called endless era is not prepared for us at all, but for the 8 chaos. The endless era is only for the existence of more chaos, the formless transcendent deity said in a low voice with a solemn tone. Hanju's expression changed drastically as he muttered, "If that's the case." Fellow Taoist Han, I know that you're very strong and have already surpassed us. I can only tell you this. I don't believe the other Tao creators. I've been watching your growth. Your attitude towards the people around you makes me very relieved. Instead of letting the other existences be the strongest, I'm willing to let you be the strongest. I'll help you as long as you have the strength to match the chaos. Hanju was surprised. This fellow wanted to seek refuge with him? It was indeed beyond Hanju's expectations. In his opinion, it was impossible for a Tao creator to bow his head unless he was. He asked in his mind, is the formless transcendent deity sincere in seeking refuge with me? 1 quadrillion years of lifespan will be deducted. Do you want to continue? Continue. Yes. This surprised Hanju even more. He was sincere. Could it be because of the evil heavenly emperor? The formless transcendent deity smiled and said, if you're not a match, you'll immediately leave the dream realm, afraid that you'll be implicated by me. The fact that you're still acting humble shows your greatest confidence. Hanju remained silent. If not for the fact that the formless transcendent deity was sincere, he would definitely attack him. He thought about it carefully. There was indeed nothing immoral about the formless transcendent deity's deeds. He still wanted to sacrifice himself and exchange his life for all transcendent living beings. This kindness was indeed impressive. What will you do if I promise you? Hanju narrowed his eyes and asked calmly. Hanju asked in his mind, will the formless transcendent deity tell the other Tao creators if I agree? 1 quadrillion years of lifespan will be deducted. Do you want to continue? Continue. No. Hanju was relieved. The Tao creators he mentioned included the 9th chaos. It was okay as long as the formless transcendent deity didn't do this. Make your decision. The chaos looks benevolent, but that's only if you don't threaten him. As long as you threaten him, he will definitely attack you. In addition, the matter of his mental demon has already caused him to change. If we aren't prepared, we will be doomed sooner or later. The formless transcendent deity spoke again with a helpless tone. This kid was good at everything, but he was too cautious. He was even a little too cowardly, reaching a level that the formless transcendent deity could not understand. Hanju said, all right, but you can't tell anyone about this, including the evil heavenly emperor. You understand that as long as others know, they will be deduced by the Tao creators sooner or later. Hanju was satisfied. That's all. Wait for the situation to develop for now. Are you about to break through? How is that possible? Hanju shook his head and laughed. Then, he removed the dream. Formless transcendent deity has a favorable impression of you. Current favorability, real stars. Hanju saw this notification the moment he opened his eyes, making him even more satisfied with him. Not bad, not bad. Very sensible. Subduing the formless transcendent deity was a good thing for Hanju, but not a great thing. He didn't feel this was shameful. If it was any other Tao creator, they would definitely not hold back if they could deal with the other Tao creators. At their cultivation realm, morals were already meaningless. Mortals' morals restricted them. They only weaker. The 9th chaos didn't dare to deal with him because of the Tao field. Otherwise, the 9th chaos would definitely suppress him and make his ultimate origin world fuse with the chaos like the other great Tao worlds. He could give others a way out, but he couldn't give them a chance to threaten him. At this moment, the 9 divine stars had already woken up from the simulation trial. Their expressions were ugly. They didn't even dare to look at Hanju. Shawnee was extremely happy to see their expressions. Who asked you to court death? Do you know how terrifying the progenitor is? No. Hanju didn't care. He was waiting for the Tao field to upgrade, but it still didn't finish even after so much time had passed. That made sense. After all, the protective array formation of the Tao field had already reached the Creator Lord level. Who knew how long it would take to increase it? Not for the time being. The ultimate supreme treasure is already the strongest Dharma treasure. Unless you reach the Creator Lord realm and open up a higher realm, you can't upgrade an ultimate supreme treasure. Unknowingly, Hanju had already reached the level of a pioneer. Hanju looked forward to that day even more. Then, he closed his eyes and continued cultivating. Time passed quickly. The chaos fell into unprecedented chaos. The ultimate evil chaotic devil also became the nightmare of all living. We're no longer great Tao worlds, but separate domains. The chaos was already used to the existence of evil devils when Hanju reached 210 million years old. Hanju opened his eyes and started to check his emails. Next, he began the simulation trial. He still treated the immeasurable destruction venerable as his opponent. Several days later, Hanju left the simulation trial and felt bored. Why isn't it done yet? Hanju sighed in his heart. He always thought of the Dao field. He stood up and left the Dao field. Transcendent domain, heavenly court. Hanju came to a palace. This place was as beautiful as a painting. Immortal floors and immortal cranes were lined up, as expected of the heavenly court. Only Han Qinger was in the palace. She was playing with a small and exquisite silver umbrella. Hanju suddenly appeared in front of her, scaring her so much that she hurriedly jumped away. Father! Han Qinger was pleasantly surprised to see him. Then, she looked reproachful. You only know how to scare me. Han Qinger snorted, but she was still very happy to see her father. The father and daughter sat down and started to reminisce. Hanju revealed a loving expression. The little girl from back then had already grown up. This feeling was really wonderful. Hanju had always felt that he was not old. It was just that his age increased quickly. Father, that ultimate evil chaotic devil is too strong. My second brother and fourth don't have absolute confidence in defeating it even if they join forces. Will you help if the chaos is in trouble? Sister. Facing his daughter's question, Hanju smiled and said, What? Your father is in seclusion. Strength. Han Qinger curled her lips. I think you no longer care about the chaos. Have you also established a great Dao world? Where? She was very excited at the mention of the great Dao world. Her cultivation level had also reached the great into contact with the great Dao world. Jiang Juesher had taught her a lot, but she had never been able to do anything. Yes, you're right. Hanju smiled, making Han Qinger feel like she had punched cotton. She really wanted to see her father show his mystical power. In the past 200 million years, Hanju had never made a move, so all living beings had long forgotten about him. Only the cultivators of the older generation knew how terrifying the divine might heavenly sage was. Han Qinger curled her lips. I really can't figure you out. You're clearly very strong, but you're afraid that others will know. Jiang Juesher, Han Tuo, Han Huang, and so on. Among everyone she knew, as long as their potential was outstanding, they wanted to fight for fame. Hanju and Han Qinger chatted for a few more hours before he left. He went to Han Tuo's Taoist temple next. All these years, Han Tuo had kept a low profile and cultivated diligently. Seeing Hanju, Han Tuo was also very excited and hurriedly bowed. Father and son were not as close as father and daughter. This distance was more like a superior and subordinate. Hanju didn't mind. They chatted for some time. Next, Hanju went to find Han Huang and Han Ling. Hanju sighed in his heart after returning to the Taoist temple. Why hadn't it been successfully upgraded yet? Thousands of years later, the Dao field was successfully upgraded. Please give a name to the realm above the Creator Lord realm. Give it a name. Wow! Hanju thought for a moment before calling it Ultimate Origin Supreme. The main Dao field has been successfully upgraded. The second Dao field has been successfully upgraded. The third Dao field has been successfully upgraded. The Dao field has been upgraded. The array formation has been upgraded to the Ultimate Origin Supreme level. It has expanded the internal space of the Dao field. The space in the various Dao fields is interconnected. Dao field Immortal Qi has increased by 10 times. Khanate Qi has increased by 10 times. The Dao field can block all prying eyes. Hanju was in a good mood as he looked at the series of notifications in front of him. At the same time, the Spirit Qi in the third Dao field began to increase. The disciples were shocked to find that the internal space of the Tao field was expanding again at a very fast speed. They all thought of Hanju. Shani and the 9 divine stars also felt the increase in spirit chi and looked at him. Seeing that Hanju's eyes were closed and he was calm, they didn't dare to disturb him. They stood. The Tao field had been successfully upgraded. Finally cultivate properly. He entered seclusion. The increase in spirit chi in the 3 Tao fields lasted for tens of thousands of years. After all, the huge amount of spirit chi contained in the Tao field had already reached a terrifying level. If it increased by 10 times, it would be even more unimaginable. In the following years, the disciples of the 100-peak Immortal River, the 2nd Tao field, and the 3rd Tao field discovered that they could actually touch each other. They were extremely lucky. On a tall mountain, Murongqi, the heavenly constellation Fiend Celestial, the Black Hell Chicken, Han, Ming, and the other chaotic Fiend Celestials gathered. I estimate that the space in the Tao field is no longer inferior to the chaos. It's unimaginable. Murongqi sighed, causing the Fiend Celestials to be shocked. It was as big as the chaos? The Black Hell Chicken shouted, could our Tao field be Master's great Tao world? Tao Comprehension Sword's eyes lit up. It's really possible. Otherwise, even if Master isn't here, those powerful enemies won't be able to barge in. Didn't they say that the great Tao world can be controlled by its Master? Therefore, the power of our Tao field is Master's power. The Fiend Celestials felt that it made sense. They suddenly thought of something. How long had this Tao field existed? Hanju already had a Tao field before he attained the Tao. Gasped, thinking of one possibility, they were even more respectful towards Hanju. While the disciples were marveling at the Tao field, the chaos changed again. The chaotic assembly began, but in the end, the ultimate evil chaotic devil brought endless evil devils to attack the 10 Absolute City. Without Hanju guarding it, the ultimate god of punishment could only lead the great Tao divine spirits to resist the ultimate evil chaotic devil. Fortunately, almost all the mighty figures of the chaos came. The battle was not one-sided. Boom! The endless land shattered crazily. Rolling dust waves rose without restraint. 10 Absolute City was protected by a huge array formation. Strong light flickered. The evil devils couldn't break through the array formation no matter how many attacked. An extremely majestic figure could be seen 10,000 kilometers outside the city. Great Tao divine patterns floated around him, and countless evil auras formed by negative karma wrapped around his body. Ultimate evil chaotic devil. His figure was sinister as if he was wearing armor, but one couldn't spy on his true body. His face was revealed as a sinister smile. Is that all you can do? What about Zhao Shuangquan? The ultimate evil chaotic devil laughed wildly. Dozens of divine punishers attacked. They all unleashed great Tao mystical powers that tore through the dark sky. Boom! 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 Countless dermic powers landed on the ultimate evil chaotic devil's body and were absorbed by it, not causing any damage. A sword light suddenly illuminated the sky. Sword chi swept out and cut the ultimate evil chaotic devil in half. Countless evil devils along the way were killed. A huge hand suddenly stretched out from behind the ultimate evil chaotic devil and clenched in the air. The sky and space shattered like torrential rain. The ear-piercing sound caused the souls of the living beings in 10 Absolute City to tremble. A sword Dao river descended from the sky and flowed endlessly as Li Daokong appeared, its momentum enough to crush thousands of worlds. The width of the river was immeasurable. Devil, don't be arrogant. Li Daokong snorted coldly. His long hair fluttered wildly. Countless sword shadows surged out from the Sword Dao River and pressed down on the ultimate evil chaotic devil. The ultimate evil chaotic devil was disdainful. At this moment, Zhao Shuangchuan, Azure Heaven Mystic, Dao Sovereign, Zhao Shenyuan, the Great Heavenly God King, the Universe Sage King, and other mighty figures who had shocked the chaos appeared around the ultimate evil chaotic devil and instantly cast spells. Formation. The 3,000 Great Tao of the Chaos trembled. The power of the 3,000 Great Tao descended and shattered the wall of the sky at the bottom of the chaos, suppressing the ultimate evil chaotic devil at an extremely fast speed. Caught off guard, the ultimate evil chaotic devil knelt on the shattered ground. Ha ha ha! You still dare to be arrogant? I can't allow anyone to be more arrogant than me in the chaos. Azure Heaven Mystic laughed. A divine spear appeared in his hand. It wrapped around the Great Tao Providence divine authority and pierced through the evil chaotic devil's chest. Chaotic devil. At this moment, the ultimate evil chaotic devil's strange sneer suddenly exploded and vanished. Immediately after, terrifying auras arrived, startling the experts so much that they turned around. They saw countless evil devils appear in all directions. All of them had majestic figures as they came from the end of the ground. How can this be? This is a clone? No! His aura is still so terrifying. Let me test it. Be careful, something's wrong. The arrival of countless evil devils terrified the people of 10 Absolute City. They saw all the Zhao Shuangchuan frowned and muttered, "What power is this?" He clutched his chest and felt that the power in his body was about to break out. This feeling. The reason for all of this was that ultimate evil chaotic devil.